Hello and welcome back to another Building the Buffyverse video, and this video is a build of April Fool. This shop I think only appeared in about 2 episodes. It's the clothing shop where Cordelia works. I think it's in the Prom episode and just the episode before that. This is quite a short video. Just because it is a small shop, and I also had to just take out some of the build in the middle because I kept having to redo the floor over and over and over again, because sometimes when I moved the platforms or they spontaneously moved on their own, the furniture would all disappear. So I cut out the bit in the middle where I had to keep going over and over and over and replacing furniture. But there's lots of different levels of platforms in this build, so I had to do lots of platforming and hadn't quite figured out what I wanted to do with the platforms when I started, and they kept moving around the whole time, which really wasn't helpful. But overall this was quite fun to do because it was quite a small confined space, and it was also sort of difficult to find reference pictures because there is only the 2 episodes. But I think that the shop in Band Candy is the same shop, and I also think that it's the wedding dress shop because the windows are similar, but you still only see the interior in 2 episodes, the Prom one and the one before it, as I said before. But you get a pretty good idea of what the shop floor looks like. You can tell that there's a sort of back of the shop just because you see stairs leading up to it. But other than that, there's really not a lot of information on the shop. There's an unnamed person who works there, the named owner, and Cordelia, and there's really not that much other information about it. I also made this before the Dream Home Decorator pack came out. So since making this, there is a lot more sort of wardrobe-y, clothes hanging furniture available. So I probably would have made this differently if I made it now, but this is how I made it. But I think it ended up being recognisably the shop, which is always my goal with this. And like before with Ethan's, I didn't include me dressing the mannequins in Cass, but you can see them when I did the sort of moving shots later on. You can see how I dressed the mannequins. I went for the general sort of prom clothing that we see when Cordelia is working in the shop. I didn't go for the wedding dresses or the fancy long cardigans, just to make it seem more like a fancy prom dress shop where you can get fancy prom dresses. Not that you need to buy dresses in The Sims. So now I'm working on the back room. You'd suspect that there'll be a staff room because there's stairs leading up to it, and I just made it a sort of little hangout space where staff can be. It's a bit more open to the public than I think it is in the actual floor plan, but there was something going on with the walls that I couldn't quite figure out at the time. And I did put the curtain there. Hopefully that's not gonna stop Sims being able to walk there, but I just thought it needed to be less open than it was. I also had a similar problem that I did with Ethan's, in that there's not a lot of clothing things to put in shops. It tends to be wardrobe items that is used. But using the mannequins is definitely the best way to make it look more like a clothing shop. And for some reason the platforms kept messing with the roof as well, but that's just the beauty of working with The Sims. There's all sorts of little things, little quirks in it that make it slightly more difficult to build. thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like it, so other Sims 4 or Buffy related content, then please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to download any of the builds that I have up, they're all on the gallery, and my gallery ID is sav1895. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you later.